If you're using Microsoft Outlook and you keep track of all your contacts in the contact section, you already have a data source that could be used in a mail merge. If you own a business, let's say, and you keep track of all your customers in an Excel spreadsheet, you have a data source too. Well, in this lesson, we'll look at creating a separate data source by using a table in Microsoft Word. Now, if you're going to use Word to create your recipient list, or what we call our data source, the document must contain a single table only, with the first row containing the labels for your fields. So let's make one now. Of course, we'll need a new blank document, so click the Office button, then New. Make sure Blank Document is selected before you click Create. Now we need our table, so we'll go up to the Insert tab. Right below that, Table, give it a click. And we're going to need 6 different fields, so we'll want 6 columns. And we only need 1 row, and as we start adding our recipients, we'll build on the number of rows. So 6 by 1 is all you need. Give it a click. And we're ready to start typing in our labels. So remember, the first row has to be the labels, and it's going to kind of give us an idea what goes in underneath those labels, such as people's names, their addresses, and so on. So let's put our first label in here as first name. You can hit your tab key on the keyboard to move from one field to the next. This one will be last name. Then we'll put in address. Then we'll put in city. Then we'll put in state. And the last one will be zip. So by separating these fields into 6 different fields instead of one address field that has the address line, city, state, and zip all together, we can use these as separate pieces in our document if we need to. Alright, now when we hit our tab key, you can see we get our new row, and it's time to start putting in the actual people's information. So I'm going to type in John. We'll put in Goodman. We'll give him an address of 23 Ottawa Place. And the city will be Tamarack. Let's make that in California. Call it 92432. When I hit tab, we'll enter one more contact here. Doesn't really matter who you put in here, so long as we have some information. Don't worry about formatting of the table. If things don't fit, that's all right. And we'll just put in a make-believe zip code here as well. Okay. So we've got our data in here. We'd continue entering more contacts if we needed them, but let's just save this now. We want to hit the Save button up here on our Quick Access toolbar. And we need to give it a name, so make sure you're looking at the Lesson 13 folder here. And we're going to call it, now contacts is already taken. We're going to be using that a little bit later. So let's do contacts13.docx, or if you want, just let Word put that in for you, so long as the Save As Type field says Word document. So we'll hit the Save button, and we now got our contacts. So let's see how this would work if we wanted to use it. We'll start a new blank document again. We'll go up to the Office button, click New, ensure blank document is selected before clicking Create. So here in our new blank document, we'll go up to Mailings. And we'll go over to Start Mail Merge. And we're going to do a letter. So right here at the top, click Letters. Alright, because we've started the mail merge, what we create now is going to be our letter or our active document. This is also known as the main document. So all we need to do is select our recipients, and we're going to do that by clicking the Select Recipients button here. We're going to use an existing list, the one we just created. So we're going to go find that in the Lesson 13 folder. So you're going to need to navigate to your exercise files and get to the Lesson 13 folder. Okay, so there's Contacts 13, the one I just created. And I click Open. And now it's selected, and a new button has become available, which is to edit the recipient list. Now, the only way to know if this is going to work is to actually write a letter and merge it, or to edit the recipient list. So let's see if we can edit our recipient list. When we click this button, sure enough, there's the 2 people we just entered in that contacts table that we created a moment ago in Microsoft Word. So we'll just click OK. So whether you use the wizard like we did in the last lesson or go through the steps yourself, you can select a recipient list you created in Word or any other list for that matter. And keep in mind, you can have several of these lists to choose from. So you may have one list of personal friends, one could be customers, another family. I think you have the picture. So next we'll look at using these lists to create labels or print envelopes.